Hello there, you guys, and welcome to Quick Science. If you are here to study or review your one chapter lesson, or if you're just here because you're being a science nerd, then this video is for you. In this lesson, we will talk about the respiratory system. I promise this one to be quick, so let's get this started. The primary function of the respiratory system is for gas exchange. Here, we're talking about two gases, namely the oxygen gas and the carbon dioxide gas. The oxygen is the ones we commonly breathe in, and that's because the oxygen is an important ingredient for the cells to synthesize energy. On the other hand, the carbon dioxide is the ones we commonly breathe out because they're considered waste products in the body. Aside from gas exchange, the respiratory system also purifies, warms, and humidifies the air that we breathe in. This is to ensure that the air that gets inside our body is clean and will not harm delicate tissues in the lungs. Now, let's have a look at the respiratory system using a diagram, and let's explore the different parts involved in the system. The respiratory system aids in breathing, starting from the nose. The nose is the only externally visible part of the respiratory system, as all other parts are placed inside the body. Air enters the nose through the external nares or nostrils. It will then pass through the nasal cavity where it's filtered, purified, warmed, and humidified. Just when you breathe in or inspire, nasal hairs which are found near the nostrils filter foreign particles such as dust and dirt, blocking them from entering your system, specifically your lungs. These filtered particles, when accumulated, forms the booger in your nose. Following the nasal cavity, the air enters the pharynx or the throat, which is the common passageway for food and air. Following the pharynx, the air enters the larynx, where only air is allowed to enter, by the epiglottis. The epiglottis is a small movable lid just above the larynx that prevents food and drink from entering your windpipe. When you talk or when you eat or drink, the epiglottis closes, blocking the food or drinks to flow in the windpipe. In addition, the larynx also plays a role in speech through the presence of vocal cords, allowing us to make a sound. And it's also in the larynx where the largest hyaline cartilage is found, the thyroid cartilage, protruding anteriorly, which is commonly observed in men and it's called Adam's apple. The air then proceeds to the trachea or the windpipe. The trachea is lined with ciliated mucosa, which beat continuously in the opposite direction of incoming air. The trachea expels mucus loaded with dust and other debris away from the lungs, thus allowing the air to be cleaned even more. After the windpipe, the channel separates into two bronchi. The right main stem going to the right lung, and the left main stem going to the left lung. Each of these bronchi is divided into further branching called the bronchioles, which appear to be smaller branches inside the lungs. The lungs, the major organ of the respiratory system, is where the air finally enters. Inside the lungs, the air passes through the bronchioles and eventually to the terminal bronchioles, where the alveoli are organized into bunches, where each of these bunch group is what's called the alveolar sac. The last destination of the air that enters our lungs is in the alveolus. In the alveolus is where gas exchange between oxygen and carbon dioxide happens. The walls of the alveoli share a membrane with the capillaries, a blood vessel which is part of the circulatory system containing blood. These lets oxygen and carbon dioxide diffuse or move freely between the respiratory system and the bloodstream. Oxygen from the alveolus is diffused to the blood, while carbon dioxide from the red blood cells is diffused to the alveolus and is then exhaled back outside of our nose. Diffusion is an important process in this part. Diffusion is the movement of a substance from an area of high concentration to an area of low concentration. Diffusion is the spontaneous movement of gases without the use of energy or effort by the body between the alveoli and the capillaries in the lungs. This is why oxygen and carbon dioxide can easily be exchanged in the membrane. In summary, respiratory system oversees gas exchange and makes sure that the air that we inhale is clean. In addition, the flow of the air towards the lungs is as follows: nose, nasal cavity, pharynx, larynx, trachea, primary bronchi, bronchioles, alveolus. Gas exchange happens in the alveoli, the tiny air sac in the lungs. Diffusion is the process by which gases exchange between the alveoli and the capillaries.